make a, here we go, scatter plot from our data. So I'm just going to use one class's data. If you're going for the bonus activity, you can use data from all the classes. First, you'd make a copy. I'm the owner, so I'm not going to. Now, let's say I want to go for a positive correlation. I want to compare height and, let's say, foot size. So I'm going to select my column. You can use your mouse, or you can just hold Shift and go up or down. And I'm just going to copy. So I'm just going to Control-C that, and I'm going to move it. You can do this a different way by just grabbing the two columns later, but I find it easier once you put them together. So there's my height, and let's do foot size. I mean, you can try any of those other ones and see what you get, but let's do foot size, because I expect there to be a positive correlation that usually taller people are going to have larger feet, but we will see if that's true, at least for 8-1. One of the reasons the bonus is to use all the classes because you're going to get more sort of accurate data. Maybe one class has some weird feature where they have smaller feet or something. I'm not sure. Now, as I scroll through, okay, this looks pretty good. I was just saying, if there's a crazy outlier, you could consider eliminating it. If somebody obviously made a mistake, like I think someone in wrist size used millimeters instead of centimeters, or vice versa, and it got all messed up. So you could actually just pull those outliers out if you wanted. But anyways, so now I've just highlighted my data beside, like the two columns beside each other, instead of trying to find them spread out. So I just, use an empty space here. I'm going to go Insert Chart. And I think I'll probably do a double line graph. Will probably be what it thinks to do, but we'll see. Google Sheets will suggest, yeah, it did, will suggest what they think you probably want, and this would probably be the one you would want most often, but I bet, yeah, there's scatter in the suggested. If not, I could scroll down to find it, but there is a scatter plot. And that was it. I mean, that was pretty easy. So there's our basic sort of scatter plot. All the labels are included because I copy and pasted the label. I might give this a little bit better of a title, and I might add capitals to my axis, but otherwise I'm pretty good here. I'm going to go into Edit Chart. The one other thing you guys need to include, I believe it's in Legend. No, sorry. I'd actually get rid of the Legend though, because all it says is foot, which is not actually what I'm looking at. There we go. That's in Series. You can add your trend line right there. So it's pretty easy. The computer does all the math for you. And the only other thing I would change are my titles here, and also I would add a subtitle, and I would call this I'd call this medium positive correlation, and hopefully I would spell positive correctly. Okay, so I mean, that's basically it. I could fix up these axes and fix up my title a bit and change colors of things, but that's it. Now you will notice that my foot size has become my y-axis. I'm sure you could change that in Customize, but I was trying to see, does foot depend on height? So that worked perfectly. If you wanted to see, does height depend on foot, you'd need to change the order. So keep that in mind when you're copying and pasting. It's the second column that you paste, the one that's on the right, that'll actually end up being your y-axis. That'll be your independent variable. And whatever you paste first will end up being your x-axis, your independent variable. So if that doesn't work out, I'm sure you can change that and Customize somewhere, or maybe under the Data tab, or just copy and paste them in the different order. I think that's it. So, I mean, that's basically it. Now, if you were going to do all 4 classes, you could just keep pasting on the other classes' data underneath. You could go 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, and then the same. Just make sure you don't copy the title each time, or else it's going to mess up your data a bit. But yeah, good luck, and